World of Warcraft. Today we're going to be looking at the pre-painted miniatures from the World of Warcraft miniatures game. Now, these actually are still somewhat cheap. Back in the day, I got most of these for less than $1, but when I checked on eBay, there still are lots where you can get these miniatures for $1 or less each. So I'm still counting them as cheap miniatures. Now, you're probably going to be limited to commons. These miniatures come on big old chunky bases, and I would say don't even bother trying to get them off, since the bases are close to being large size anyways. As for their usefulness for NPC or PC characters, these are a little bit too chunky and just out of scale with normal D&D miniatures. Some of them are close, but the vast majority of them are just going to look weird next to the 28mm ones that are the standard for D&D. And Warcraft already had an art style that has these big old chunky weapons and armor, so that doesn't really help either. However, there are some exclusions. This little halfling, for example, this could actually be like a big old chunky halfling, or it could be a particularly short dwarf. It would work really well either way. Here's a couple ones that I've rebased and done some washes on to sort of bring out the details and dirty them up a little bit. As you can see, there's some very good monsters. Here we have some, I believe they're called Drawnight, something like that. They would actually make an excellent race of, like, weird, like, multi-dimensional people or something. As you can see, they're much larger than a regular, humanoid in D&D. Really nice use of translucence in a lot of these miniatures. And here's just some big old demons. If you're ever looking for a demon who has an axe the size of a NPC, these are great. Oh, and here we have the Swamp Thing guy. I love this guy. He looks like kind of like Man-Thing from the comics. There's a lot of good personality to this miniature, and he actually looks a great deal like the Reaper Bones. I believe this is the Wood Spirit, or something like that. As you can see, I did a quick paint job on the Reaper miniature to the right there. And here's just some random critters. The bear is a little bit weird looking, but it could be like a werebear form or something like that. There's a lot of really nice undead miniatures in the Warcraft miniature line. So a lot of just oversized skeletons and guys that could be necromancers. Here's one of the rare miniatures that I have, which is actually, basically towers over a D&D mini. Now, I could repaint this, obviously, to make it look more like bone, but, yeah, as you can see, it's pretty impressive. A lot of really nice translucence in this set. Very excellent. The Minotaurs are just gigantic, and I suppose they could represent Minotaur Elders. Once again, their shields are bigger than your average D&D miniature. Here's an excellent Werewolf. An interesting-looking pose. There's some ogres that could possibly be used for D&D ogres. Some lovely elementals. These translucents are really nice. As you can see, the fire elemental is the correct size for a D&D fire elemental. And this guy could easily be a water or air elemental. And we also have big old boss guys. A lot of these are rares, so you're not going to find them for 50 cents. But they do look impressive, and if you're looking for a big, oversized miniature that you don't need to paint for a campaign, this might be a good option. And just looking at this guy, I want to use this guy in one of my games. Just because he's so... I mean, just the big chainsaw suit is just so goofy. It's great. And here is not a Warcraft miniature from the miniature game. This is a Warcraft figurine, a Warcraft Fire Elemental pet. And this is a miniature I actually got from China. And this guy is... I got him for super cheap, and he's very, very impressive. So if you can find him, he's known as the Fire Elemental Pet figure. He is not part of the miniature game. Have you ever used Warcraft miniatures in your D&D game? And if so, did they work out okay? Please let me know in the comments. Best of luck finding a good deal out there. Have a great day, and as always, thank you for watching the video.